Still, just in case. Okay, yeah.
It is so wonderful to be able to actually still get on to do this. It's kind of interesting that the day I choose to talk about distractions from our writing, I run into quite a few of them all of a sudden. But we'll talk about that after our sprint. I am setting the timer for 10 minutes. I'm going to wait a few minutes for a couple of people to maybe come on and join us for the sprint. And then we will go from there. Um, I am going to begin the timer here when we hit the live for 2 minutes mark. So as you're coming in, let us know a little bit about what you're actually working on, what you're looking forward to doing, and really, I'm just glad to be able to be live and to be able to get this sprint in. Hi, Jason. Excuse me. This is going to be a brief one today. We're going to do a 10-minute sprint and probably a 5-minute conversation. And then I'm going to call it a day. To be honest with you, it's already been long and it's not even over yet. But that's how it goes sometimes. Okay. I am approaching that mark and ready to sprint. Our timer is going to begin right now. All right, let's see how much you can do. Right. Thank you, Kashana. Hi, Dominica. Didn't think you were going to make it as late as it is. I'm glad you're here. I fully get it if you don't hang for the whole time. It's much later than expected. Shauna, it's okay. Hope not placing blame anywhere. Oh, I'm gonna have to take this live off stream. I'm taking. I apologize, you're getting some extra nudging from the furry children already. They're very, very cute. We are approaching 7 minutes. You may notice there's a second keyboard in the background. Here, that means that I've got a second set of hands working on a story. It's really a lot of fun to be sprinting with my daughter. It is fun. We are at 5 minutes, 30 seconds. Hi, welcome. Thanks for the sub. And I would have to agree with you on the French fries and sour cream. Yes, I'm aware it's Josh. I just wasn't really sure what to call you on the chat. Josh is a very talented author or artist, excuse me. Very skilled. Should be presenting his art the same way my daughters were going to present hers. But that's just my 2 cents. It's very, very good. And Dominica is a dedicated author. I'm looking forward to reading her stuff soon. I hope. Yeah, we have great discussions and are silly and have fun. Feel free to say whatever, Josh. Excuse me. And that is time. I think I did about 300 words with some distraction. And like I said, this is that one chapter or that one section. It's a little bit harder to write. It's kind of dealing with some interesting projects or some interesting topics. That's a good question, Dominica. What are you working on right now, Josh? Let's see if he jumps in. Of course, he could be sitting there rolling his eyes that we're even asking. It's entirely possible. I had intended on discussing distractions, and distractions are absolutely something that I'm used to encountering. Such as right now, when I have a very amusing distraction next to me engaging in our, well, not engaging in our live stream. Yay. Wonder if we can convince him to share it with the rest of us when he's done. Very cool. Up, and there she is. Kitten Gamer herself. That would be my artist and author. Now, distractions. We have them all over the place. I ran into some today that I didn't expect. And these are just day to day needs, and it's a matter of scheduling and keeping to your schedules when you set them. In my case, I was a little bit more flexible than I should have been in reality. And that happens. That everybody has to learn to get into their groove. And sometimes when you think you're in your groove, you think you've got everything down, stuff happens and it distracts you from where you go. But if they distract you from, for example, going live, then you adjust. And that's really the easiest way to handle distractions. Some of them you can address and eliminate. For example, I'm able to, I've gotten into a rhythm with my wonderful fur children where while they can remain pretty hyper in the morning, they're quite quiet by the afternoon. So we've got that, the since it got since we got into our rhythm, they don't get as active in the afternoon, making it easier for the afternoon stream. We're still trying to find our rhythm in the morning, but that's one way to eliminate distractions, is to find what will even that out. Another method is to shut off your phones, eliminate any social media for a time. They've got apps that will, you can put a time limit to eliminate those extra distractions. And this way you don't have to be gone from those distractions for long. sometimes your distractions are sitting right next to you. And those I deal with them rather firmly and clearly. Or at least I try to. And I explain to them, okay, this is what we're going to do. And usually things go well just because I'm able to be clear and we're able to communicate effectively to eliminate the possibility of distraction throughout the whatever it is we're trying to do. All of my I apologize. Those are distracting, actually, to me. I'll get past that, though. A lot of things just take practice, just trying to remember your thoughts and having everything organized the way you think you have them. And I know for me, one very common distraction is everybody trying to understand that working from home is actually working as well. You have to carve out time for yourself. You have to carve out time for your work or your project. If you don't set those parameters and then do your best to eliminate distractions through whatever means necessary, it'll interrupt your consistency, which is exactly why I still got on for this live, despite being so atrociously late. It's more important to remain consistent and to remain dedicated to your goal through your actions than it is to allow all of these distractions to take over and control where your day goes or what you're trying to accomplish. Those are my thoughts on distractions, and I'm sure I'll have many more as we keep going and I get more comfortable doing it this way, in this format. I know it's getting late, Dominica, and it's kind of getting later in the day for us here in the United States too. I have actually heard of the Podomoro method. I haven't heard of it as studying, but I'm assuming that they're similar, if not the same. That's a very structured way of accomplishing things. And not a bad one. I can discuss that better at another time, though, because I'm thinking tomorrow morning at 5:30, we can go from there. Well, 5:30 my time. I'll see you later. Have a really good night. There's a few really good suggestions for that, Dominica. The Pomodoro is actually one that helps with that kind of focus. I'd be happy to talk about that in more detail tomorrow if you'd like. It'll be in the evening, afternoon sprint run. No, tomorrow is Saturday. There will not be an afternoon evening sprint on Saturday or Sunday. Just a morning one. Morning, afternoon for you. We'll figure it out. We'll make time to talk tomorrow. I'll see you then.